Sammy, and welcome to the first episode of my Japlan with me series. Very unoriginal title. I know literally every single American YouTuber that has gone to Japan has done something to do with the word Japan and planning, but I thought Japlan with me was cute. I couldn't miss up the opportunity for the pun. Anyways, as you guys know, I am going to Japan for a month. By the time you're seeing this, I should actually already be in Japan because I am pre-filming so that I don't have to do YouTube stuff while I'm in Japan. But that's besides the point. This whole series is just going to be a series of videos of me talking about what I did to prepare for my Japan trip. I'll probably also do a couple when I get back talking about what happened, what I did do, what I didn't do, what I learned, what I didn't like, what I liked, stuff like that. Because yeah, I just figured there's videos like this online, but maybe some of you guys would like my point of view because you can relate to me more. A little bit of background. Hi, my name is Sammy. I've never traveled before outside of the United States besides Mexico, but I live in Arizona. When you live in Arizona, going to Mexico is just like a rite of passage growing up. You do it because your parents are like, oh, let's go on like a cool like vacation out of the country. Drives 45 minutes to Mexico. So have I really ever traveled internationally before? No, and I thought it would be fun to just document everything I'm thinking and doing and everything in my Japan with me series. Yes, I'm rambling. Let's get into what you came here for. Apps that I'm using in Japan. Let's scoot over so we can make room for the apps I am using. So the first apps I want to cover are travel apps. The first app that I downloaded, or already had downloaded technically, that I am planning on probably using a lot in Japan is Google Maps. If you don't know what Google Maps is, then you're probably living under a rock, or you use Apple Maps a lot. Don't know if they're the same thing, but I've heard bad things about both. I personally do not care which one I use, but for this example, Google Maps, it's super easy to look up where you want to go, where you are, and figure out what train you need to go on, because I am terrified of the train system in Japan. The only history I have with trains is in New York, and they're very different. They're very dirty, very disgusting. So I know that the trains in Japan won't be like that, but I'm still afraid that I'm gonna get lost every time. I'm probably gonna get lost, but I'm afraid I'm gonna get like really lost. So Google Maps, if you don't have it, you probably have it. Download it if you're going to Japan. I think it will come in handy. The only problem is it does not work offline. You need a data connection to it. So if you're somewhere and like, I don't know, you don't have service, you're kind of screwed, which is why the next app I downloaded is called Maps.me. Maps.me is another map transportation app, very similar to Google Maps, except for you can use it offline, which basically means if you have no service, you can do the same things you would basically do on Google Maps, but on here, which is really good in case of an emergency. When you open the app, it'll cue you to download the map, and it will give you a certain amount of megabytes that the map is. This is you like saving all of its information for to use offline. So for instance, it's trying to save Arizona right now because that's where I am. But when I'm in Japan, it'll prompt me to download the Tokyo area map, so I will be able to navigate in case for some reason my phone service fails, which is a good, like, I love backup plans. I am a planner, and having a backup plan is always great. The next app slash like website I would recommend getting is called Hyperdia. Now this does the same thing. Basically, you put in a location, you put in another location, it tells you what trains, what exits, what transfers. I don't know the proper terminology, okay? We don't have a train system where I live. It just tells you how to do all that nonsense. And the difference between this and the other two apps is it just tells you how much exactly it's gonna cost. Not a big deal for me. I just thought I would mention it in case any of you guys are really strapped on cash for your trip. There we go. Those are all my transportation apps. Moving on to language apps. Okay, the first language app I'm going to recommend is also an offline language app, and it is called Imiwa. It is basically just like an all-over like English to Japan app, but the one thing that's really good on it is that there's a Japanese English dictionary in it. So if you find something you want to look up and figure out what it means in English, by no means is this a fast way of doing it, but if you're like me and you're a language learner, it's good to have. Most people I find will probably use the next app that I have downloaded, which I would not recommend, but I have it in case of an emergency. I don't know what that emergency would be, but it's Google Translate, and it's not like normal Google Translate, because like you're not gonna know how to like type you probably don't know how to type out like a kanji into like Google Translate or whatever. Most of you probably don't even have a Japanese keyboard on your phone. There's this thing in Google Translate that sucks where you can basically take a like picture or like hold it over some text in a different language, highlight it, and it'll tell you what it says. 9 out of 10 times it's wrong, but sometimes it gets like keywords right. Like some words it'll be like, it'll be like, oh, soft, lovable chicken dumpling meal, and you'll be like, oh, okay, so that's chicken dumpling soup. I thought it was veggie. Good thing, you know, something like that. It's not gonna like tell you word for word like what something says because it just does. The technology isn't there yet. But let's say you're like what I said, you're looking at a menu and you can see something and you're like, oh, that looks like what I want, and you just want to make sure. And it like one word pops up and it's like, oh, that says chicken. You're like, yes, I want chicken. It could help you maybe in that case. I don't know why I used that example. I'm vegan, but there you go. Nice segue. Food apps. These are useless unless you're vegan or vegetarian. My friend I'm going with to Japan is vegetarian, so I'm vegan. This app is the only paid app I believe I have talked about so far, and I've had this on my phone forever, but it's also going to come in handy in Japan. I use it when I go places like LA. It is called Happy Cow, I believe, right? Yes, Happy Cow. It's purple. So basically you can just go into nearby. Right now it's showing me ones in Arizona because that's where I am while I'm filming this. But if you're in Tokyo, wherever you're traveling to, this is for people who are traveling to Japan, so whatever, you can click vegan and it'll show you only vegan restaurants or restaurants with vegan options. So there's 4 in my area. Ooh, what is this? Oh, I want to go here. Oh my god, that looks so good. Oh my god, look. Ooh, a brownie. Okay, hold on, I'm getting distracted. It's a good app for if you're picky maybe about your eating, so you can go in here and you can choose like, oh, I really want British cuisine. And then it'll show you British cuisine restaurants. There's none where I live because I live in a small town that barely even has a McDonald's, but you know, food. We love food, we love to eat. I'm very nervous about eating in Japan, so there's that. These last 2 apps are I don't know if you necessarily need to get them, and I don't know what category they would fit into, but these are messaging apps. The first one is super simple, you probably have it, and that is Facebook Messenger, because hear me out. When researching SIM cards for Japan, because I want to go the SIM card route, not the pocket Wi-Fi route, because I am too unorganized to bring another device with me and charge another device, or I have to charge like 2 cameras and multiple electronic devices, so I don't want to deal with that. I'm going the SIM card route. But with a lot of these SIM cards you can get for like your phone in Japan as a foreigner, they do not allow, some of them, the cheaper ones, you pay per text, or you have an unlimited amount of like calling and texting data, and then it costs like 25 yen per text or per call. I've seen some of them where you can text as much as you want, but incoming texts cost money. But it comes with unlimited Wi-Fi, like 4G. So an app like Facebook Messenger allows you to text your family back home through Wi-Fi without having to use your actual text message. I personally will just be using iMessage because everyone I know except for my mom has an iPhone, and that will go through Wi-Fi instead of text message. Just like, yeah, just to have a backup plan to contact people that you want to contact, because you don't want to like not be able to talk to people when you really need to. I think it's very important that you are able to do that. Yeah, and the other one is super easy if you have an iPhone. I'm just recommending this in case people don't realize it. FaceTime audio and FaceTime video go through the 4G data, not the like phone data. I don't know how to explain this, because you know how like when you call, it's different from like going through Wi-Fi unless you have Wi-Fi calling enabled. Yeah, it's different. So like it says like it's gonna charge you 25 yen a call, but not if you do FaceTime to another iPhone, because that doesn't count as a call. It counts as like going on YouTube. Like it counts as like using that data and not like going and making an international phone call. Do you get me? Because it's through a Wi-Fi 4G network thing like that. Yeah, so I recommend doing all that before you waste your money on like an expensive call. Because yikes. If you have an Android also, don't know if any of these apps are available for Android. I have an iPhone. Probably should have said that at the beginning. But anyways guys, that is it for the first video in my Japlan with me series. As you can tell, I haven't been to Japan yet, so I don't know how much in handy these apps came. I just am making this video just in case you want to be over prepared like I am. These are some apps that I downloaded that I feel might come in handy while I'm there. I just didn't want to have to like download them while I'm there, you know? So I downloaded as many as I could think of beforehand. Thought you might want to do the same. It's a free app, except for Happy Cow, but like that's the one I recommend the most if you're a veggie like me, please. It'll really come in handy. But yeah, if this is your first time seeing it, oh whoa, the sun just came out. Oh, and now the sun just went away. But yeah, if this is your first time seeing my videos, please remember to subscribe by clicking the subscribe button. If you actually, is the sun gonna go away? But anyways guys, yes, that is it for this video and I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please remember to like this video by clicking the thumbs up. If this is your first time seeing my videos, please remember to subscribe by clicking the subscribe button. If you are subscribed already and you have not yet, click the bell below to turn on the notifications so you're notified when I post. You can actually enjoy my content, join the party. So thanks for watching and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye guys!